Hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Ink and Whimsy. I'm so glad you decided to spend a little bit of your day with me. I'm Laura Daniels, and today we're going to be designing the second page companion layout to my first, which is entitled Katakolon, Greece. We were on a Mediterranean cruise when we went there as a family, and I'm using the Cape Cod kit from Close to My Heart. It is an oldie but goodie and one of my favorites. Now this is the diagram that I drew. It has a hidden pull tab that we're going to put together today, as well as doing some stamping, putting the clusters together, and I have the journaling all ready to go. So if you'd like to see how this comes together and then to see the big reveal at the end, then just stick around. So I'm going to clear this away. I'm going to set the diagram right over here so that we can keep our eyes on it. But look how stunning these photos were. I remember when Mom and I got off of the cruise ship and we were just walking around Katakolon. It's a little fishing village off of mainland Greece. We were just stunned by just how beautiful and bright the colors were. Oh my word. All right, let me get my act together here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is to lay down the centerpiece, and I did the edge up here, not the bottom, and I used toffee ink. There's nothing I need to tuck under. Oh, this was my favorite from the kit. And I added a few more supplies so that I would be a little better at not having to pause to look for something. Gosh, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's put the photos down. And again, in the first video, I added periwinkle on the bottom, and that's what we're going to do right now. And what I need to remember, just remember we have a light and a dark. So it's the dark, this is the back. I almost messed it up because I need to add my little pull tab. All we're doing is mounting. All right, so let's put these on. Have any of you ever been to Greece? When Jerry and I were in the Navy, we lived there as a family for 3 years. And it was just one of those moments in our lives where we knew we were incredibly blessed to live there. The friends we made that are now just like family, we will be going to visit all of them again next year, which we're pretty excited about. Okay, now. I am not gluing these down because I need to add the pull tab under that. But what I want to do is to add this water on the bottom here, and nothing is going to be in the way of that, so I'm going to put this down. All right, and I want the dark green to be on the bottom. Lay this down. Do you like to work with a kit? I do, because you already know everything matches, right? All right, now on my previous video you saw that I used the rope stamp from the Cape Cod right up here. I stamped it and then I cut it out, which is a lot easier than trying to stamp on here, and those of you that know me know that that stresses me out. It's like, all right, so let's do that. There was a little gnat flying around. Oh, gosh, I think he's gone. It's like, go find your other place to live, please. And again, even though I stamped it and then cut it, it's not perfect. But once you put the whole thing together, it all just meshes, and you don't need to worry about that, do you? I guess we can be too hard on ourselves to make everything perfect, and then we can, you know, miss out on the joy of actually just scrapbooking. And I had so much fun designing this and kind of figuring out how I wanted it all to come together. And I usually end up stepping away and coming back to it. And sometimes I'll even take a picture with my phone and look at it on my phone, which is a totally different perspective than looking at it standing over it. So, all right, now here I just took a piece of this designer paper and I tore it. Yeah. Now, oh my gosh, Laura, I almost did it again. I need to have like someone standing over my shoulder going, Laura, hold on now. Hold on, Margot. Okay, we have to stamp here because I need to add the same bubbles that I had on the first page. But at least I remembered before I had to take out my spatula and all that stuff, for goodness sake. I'm getting better. Okay. Let's see. All right, so here we go. And I want it, and it doesn't, I don't want to cover that up, do I? Right there. Stick it down, girl. All right, let's hold it. Let's lift it up. And there we go. And then we're going to do some of this right here. I'll show you this stamp set in just a moment. Okay. And then let me take a scrap. Because I want a little bit right there to kind of balance it out. And then up here in this corner right here, I want to add a little. And we'll see if I want to add more than this. I'm just trying to remember to flip it. Okay, so let's stop right there before I go crazy with the stamps. Okay, here we go. Let's put that up there. Now let's lay this down. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. I'm going to cover that up. Oh, well, whatever. All right, now, let's see. Do I want to do these? Oh, I know what I want to add. This circle. All right, now this came in the scrapbook kit, and then I did along the edges to really define it. And what I want to do is to take a gel pen, and I'm going to do some faux stitching all along the edge of the circle. Let's see, am I getting, yep, I'm getting white. And it is so easy to do, and like if you're doing an outfit, like let's say you've used stamping blends and you've colored in an outfit and you want dots on the outfit, this is something you could use your gel pen for, to add stripes, to add highlights. Like if you are coloring in an apple or or an orange or grapes, blueberries, and you want that little bit of sunlight, you could use the gel pen to do that. Now I don't need to do all of this because it's gonna go under the paper that I just glued down. But see, at least I didn't glue that down, did I? All right, let's see. Oh, not too bad. All right, so I want that. It's gonna go about right there. Right there. All right, so let's do this. Remember where my gel stitching is. I want to go like right there. Okay, there we go. And that I think is going to go about right there. That'll go about right there. It is coming together, friends. So we can glue down the center of this one. And see, I am actually starting to figure it out. I'm not putting glue all around the edges. It's going to go in a page protector anyways. And this way, I want it going right up to the edge. I can move things underneath if I need to. But I do need to stick it down. All right, now here, I want to add my pull tab before I do anything else. And this is what I put together that I wanted to slip up from the back. because I love to have an interactive page. Now, this doesn't go with the photos, but it happened the same day, and it was back when we were on the cruise ship, and this is me and my son Dwayne. It was just such a happy photo. I love it. And what I did is before I mounted it, I took a seashell and I stuck it in between. So then I have my pull tab. So now if you want to do a pull tab, you need to figure out, I know I want it in the middle, and I made it so it would be just up at the top there, just like that, right? Well, then you got to flip it over and see where you need to put your foam tape so that it slides in and out right where you want it to, right? So I'm going to take some of this. Now, Stampin' Up! Has some terrific dimensional tape. I'm just trying to use up what I have at the moment. And I think that's in the center. I don't think it needs to go all the way across. All right. See, that'll stop it from going further down. And then I need tape on the sides. Okay. And I want a little bit of wiggle room. You would think I was talking to my granddaughter being a wiggle worm. Wiggle room. That's what I want. Okay. There we go. And then of course I need one for the edge so it's not flopping down. Okay, and then we'll do it right here. You're going to run out of this stuff fast when you start adding this to the back, but that's okay. All right, so let's do this. Now we're going to make sure these are down good. Peel them off. Have any of you ever been on a cruise, or have you ever been to Greece? And if you went on a cruise, where'd you go to? I had never been on a cruise to the Mediterranean. I have to say, it was exhausting because every day we were in a different port. I loved everything that we saw, but I would have loved to have had a day of rest in between each one, or at least every couple of days. Okay, we're going to take that out so I can position this. And also so that I could enjoy what I was seeing instead of being so exhausted. We literally walked thousands of steps every day. All right, so let's see if this works. Well, look at that. Look at that. Is that not just the coolest thing? All right, I love putting those on there. Okay, so now let's work on, I'm going to put the journaling on last, and now I want to work on this down here. Because on the first page I have the title up here, and then I have the second part of the title right down here. So we're going to add that on. Now this Paradise Found, I thought that really brought out the blue, so I want to put this with a little bit of sticky still on it. I wanted to stick this down about right there, not in the middle. I don't like putting things in the middle because then if it's a little bit of off, it is very easy to see that, right? All right, so these came in the kit. And this is the F. What about those? This is the F. Kind of goes like that. I want the letters to be all cattywonka, just to kind of give you the feel of lackadaisical, carefree life. That's where I was going through for with this. Yeah. All right. Put these down. And again, I only put it in the middle. Woo, almost messed up there. Now, one of the things I did is I put a toffee right along the left side of every letter to give it more dimension. Okay. Now here I have this beautiful piece of coral that came out of this stamp set, and then I just put silver stickles, silver stickle glue. I'll show you that in just a second. I want this to go right here. Here's the the stickles I used. And then I did the same thing on this shell. It came in the card kit, where I used a die cut machine and cut it out of toffee paper, but then I used sandpaper to give it the whitewash look, and then I put gold stickle on the back. I put gold stickle on the top. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so I want this right there. Okay, I want to stick this beautiful piece, and I think it could either be something under the water or something on a sand dune, right? All right, then look at this starfish. Cut him out of white, used a, I don't know what you call this, and put it in some bluebird and rubbed it across the top, and then I used silver stickles. There's a name for those. Every time I do this, I forget the names of what I'm using. Okay, and I was trying to have fun adding to the title. I don't want to cover it up too much, do I? Let's see. Right there. Oh, I like that. I do need something right there. I'm not sure what I have though. But let's come back to that, because we may find out later what we want to add there. If anything, I may just go through what I have. All right, so I want to put this right here. A day in the sunshine, and then I had these birds. And when I first put this down, I had not thought that it could be like the moon or, you know, a planet, but then it just looked so good. I go, oh, I just need to pretend that it is, because it could be a part of like a sunrise or a sunset on the beach. Doesn't that look pretty? Yeah. All right, and then I have a little brown one, and he's going to go off the paper. Let's not drop it, Laura. Okay. And he's going to go right there. There we go. All right, now I need to add my cluster along here, and then I have my journaling that can go right here. So I can add the journaling now, which I'll do, and I type up my story whenever I'm first starting a scrapbook page. I print up the photos, I've picked out the papers I'm going to use, and then I type the story. And I have not sized the story yet. And once I get the layout done, then I will size it on a PDF and I'll print it up. And I usually use the ink, print it in the color ink that I think will best complement the scrapbook page and the colors that are on the page. So here I used a brown because it brings out the toffee. So we are going to put this right here, and I did toffee around the edges so that it'll stand out some more. And this is another word strip, which, oh my gosh, Stampin' Up, you need to make sure you come up with these word strips on the sticker sheets. They make such a difference. And see, I'm going to go a little bit towards the side so it's not in the middle. And now, we did this last time, you kind of make a big circle with it. And then you're going to get glue dots. Where are my glue dots? And I don't think I did that right. Let me get the glue dot first. No, that won't work. That won't work. That will not work. I want these two. There we go. So you do want the ends to be in the same spot so the glue dot will work and hold them both together. There we go. That works better. And you can use more than one glue dot, obviously, which I'm going to do. All right, here we go. So I have the glue dot holding my strands, and I know my cluster based on my diagram is going to be along here. So I want the strands to be coming out along here. And then my goal is to cover up the glue dot. Okay, that'll look real good right there. All right, so let's leave that there. And let's bring our ephemera. And I have another crab. I love how Close to My Heart did the shading on these. Again, this was one of my favorite workshop kits that they came out with. I love to scrapbook the mountains and the seaside. If you had something that you could say was your favorite thing to scrapbook, what would that be? I don't know why I've been so hoarse. All right, I want this really about right there because I'm going to be putting things on top of it. Love how there's that dimension. Okay, there we go, hold that down. And this seahorse, look at this, and the bluebird, is that just not stunning? We're going to add him on there. I'm going to go, and I want him about right there. I'm working around. Now, I am not concerned with it laying flat because I think it adds even more dimension when it has elevation in parts of it, right? All right, so that's the bottom part of the crab. I want this, I want a lot of it showing, about right there. All right, there we go. And I have this guy. I think I want him coming down right there. Let's do that, shall we? Oh, I'm just loving how this is coming together. What do you think? And I want this. Will this still hold if I do it like this? Let's see. Oh, that'll work. That'll work. I'm going to hold that down. And then I have this shell. And when I did the stickles, I only did it on the center there. Now, there's a piece that goes in the middle, and where that piece is, I have no idea. So we're kind of just going with it, and it'll be covered up anyways. It dawned on me after I did all that going, why should there be a hole there? There should be something behind it. But let's see. This, and I want this. So it's going to kind of go like that, I think. But I don't want to cover these up. So I think I want it. Oh, well, that looks pretty. Okay. And look at this. This was white. And I used the brush and colored in some bluebird. And then I did silver stickle in the center and right along the edges. All right. And I think here I want to use a dimensional. We're going to put a dimensional right there. All right, now next, remember, I'm going to put the two of them together. So you're going to see side by side how it looks. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to pause. I'm going to get them both next to each other, and I'm going to show them to you. I am so excited to show you the big reveal on how they look side by side. I have loved putting this together for all of you. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching not only the first video. If you haven't seen it, I will have it in the description below, but also if you've enjoyed watching the companion page come together and then seeing the big reveal at the end. Here you can see my diagram with the 4 photos and the 5 3/4 by 4 larger photo. And here is the diagram for the companion page where you have the 2 5 3/4 by 4 photos, the journaling, and then you have the title. I have my journaling here. I have my pull tab right here with the photo of my son and I. And let me lift these up and kind of give you a close-up of the photo of the pages. I love this cluster down here at the bottom, the twine and then the stickle glue. I love the rope that I've added. See, I have it here, and then I have it here along the bottom, and then the moon at the top. That's what we've decided to call it. The cluster here, the journaling, and then of course there's the pull tab. And then what do you think about how I did the word life at the bottom and then brought in some seaside? I may at a different point add something right there, but I don't want to add too much. All right, my friends, thanks for the thumbs up. Until we meet again in YouTube land, God bless. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.